What's up, everyone? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back with another set review. Today we are diving yet again into Hololive for the Summer Splash and the Ambassadors TD. Gonna combine them both. I don't know when exactly they're coming out, but two smaller sets, mix them together. Joined today by Andy and Tanner, who you've met before.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
And our new special guest from Ohio, Weiss Schwarz, Aaron.
What's up?
You've been on the content grind recently, trying to what is it, corner that shorts market, right?
Dude, the shorts is an untapped market. They're beautiful.
Doing a lot of gameplays. I think you delved a little bit into commentary, and then there's all the shorts and stuff like that. So definitely check them out. I'll have their channel linked in the description. But we're just going to get cracking. We're going to start with Summer Splash. We'll probably get through two colors, split it off, and then do the other colors in the TD. So we'll see how it goes. Aaron, you get to start us off. You have dethroned Andy as first in alphabetical order.
Awesome.
Lucky you.
What do you guys do? Just read it effect verbatim, or?
You can just say what it is. I think this one's pretty obvious.
Yeah, Hololive has printed another Aqua Ricky. We've gotten 3 and then 4 if you buy protein bars in Japan.
Yeah, you can run 16 in
You buy protein
Japan.
bars?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it?
Color
Does
is
it come
that
like with the protein bar? Is it kind of like wafers that will come with cards?
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
one of those, yeah.
I don't remember what color the protein bar one is.
It's either another blue or a yellow, but yeah, you can have 16 of this profile if you really want to.
And this one's Koyori. The character matters. With how much LaPlus has ballooned in price, this will inject more, right? Or I don't know if that card is still expensive, but it will inject more into the market to make Hololive even cheaper than it already is. So I don't know. This profile's fucking stupid. It's A plus profile.
Yeah.
Just a
No,
really
I mean,
really dumb card. Every Hololive deck starts with 4 Aqua, and then you get rid of it if it doesn't fit your deck. Like.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of being able to run 12 of these, but since Hololive is like such a beginner-friendly set, I do welcome them kind of reprinting these other profiles that are kind of hard to get now.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you'd ever run 12, in all honesty.
I mean, the upper limit's probably like 6 or 7. But like, if you're playing 7 Rickies, you probably want to mix it with something more selective than just off the top. Kind of like how Kana Tamarine does.
Nah, you just run 12 of these profiles and then 4 of the Kanata stalkers and you just infinitely loop.
You could
Yeah.
do that.
The trait being Hollow X actually matters too, because it lets you have a traded one if you want to play that deck.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Hollow X
Because it
trait
requires
does matter.
like 3 characters with Hollow X on board.
Yeah,
So
that's even better actually. So this is probably just straight better. Or well, doesn't LaPlus also have Hollow X? He has to,
Yeah,
right?
It should.
but it lets you play 6 of the same one
Oh, you're right.
instead of having to
You're
play 2
right.
Aqua, which is off
Right.
color or off trait.
Yeah.
Okay, well, easy card. We can move to the next one. Andy, go ahead.
All right. Kanata, I know this one. At the beach. 2 or less stock, 1500 power. So 3000 power if you have the 2 or less stock. And start your opponent's attack. Choose one of your opponent's front row characters, and you can run their character. That's neat. I've seen this effect like a couple times. It usually doesn't see a ton of play, but in a set lesser than Hololive, that effect could maybe see some play, but probably not good enough for Hololive.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, but it's definitely worse than a normal Field Plus, I think.
Nah, you're not A spot anymore, Andy.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Yeah, always used to the
Years
top
of
left.
doing these videos.
I mean, I think it's an okay profile in most sets, but just with how like inflated the level 0 game is for Hololive, not as good in comparison.
I run out of slots in Hololive so fast anyway. Just can't imagine.
Yeah.
All right, next. We got this LaPlus. When this card is placed on the station of your hand, you may discard a Hololive character. If you do, search your deck for A Step Towards the Future, LaPlus Darkness, which is the 3/2, the card that resonates with everything. Show it to your opponent, add to your hand, shuffle your deck. Then act, ditch a card, sack this, and salvage a character. So it is a helmet that, instead of grabbing your Kanata, deck bonds your Resonator. I imagine this card immediately goes in like every Hollow X deck, right? Over the other bonder that has
100%.
to become reversed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like That's like really.
I'm not
really
too
good.
familiar with the Holox.
Basically,
Dex.
you just
What's
need
the
that level
finisher
3 to
do?
resonate
The
everything.
finisher is like 2 pings, I think, at the high end, right? If you have multiple of them.
Yeah, if you have 2, it's a burn 2, and if you have 1, it's a burn 1.
The big part of the HoloX deck though isn't the
Or,
plus finisher.
Sorry,
It's
burn
the,
1 twice, or if there's 2.
It's the level 1 combo, the really overstated Chloe that like gives you hand and stock and swings at 8k. So, but it has to resonate, and you have to play a bunch of HoloX. But you also have glow sticks in HoloX, so which is also really good.
Mm.
So you
Yeah,
get to
so-
like fire off Chloe constantly and build a bunch of resources. That's usually what that deck does.
Yeah, I think having this just to be able to make sure you have that resonate target at 1 is like really sick. Just makes it easy.
And it, you don't really care about negging if the only piece you're missing is your resonator to go off with Chloe. So
Yeah.
makes it even better. Just slots immediately into that deck.
And
All right.
also, it can help grab your Chloes too with the helmet effect.
Yeah.
So
All
once
right,
you kill
Tanner,
them.
go ahead.
All right, we have Callie, accelerate at the start of your climax phase. If this is in your front row, search for a character and then discard a card.
I'm playing 4 of these.
I don't think I'd play 4, but I think the card's really.
Yeah. It's generic, can get anything you want.
A
No
costless
restriction.
drop search that gets you to level 1 is something that like probably every single mid-game focus Hololive deck wants to play. Definitely Standby probably wants to play this card because it filters your hand start a climax phase, so you can like search a playable card for the next turn, ditch a card to Standby, while also putting you to the next level possibly to Standby a heavier target.
I mean, I guess you can like search your level 2, discard it to its own effect here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or
But, like,
put a
I don't
1/1
know,
engrave.
This doesn't seem good enough for Hololive for me. This seems
So-
like too middling.
I
Not
also
the
miss
standby
the fact
player.
that you
Wow.
clock from waiting room, which is
Yeah, it sets your color too.
even better.
It's
Yeah,
more
it's
of
your
like
color,
a.
it's stockless.
This is like a role player card for like a very specific strategies, I think. But the mid game stuff, like I think like a deck like Rushia or Kanata would probably like this card. Kanata maybe not. You run out of slots really fast. Standby absolutely would want to play this for all the reasons I already mentioned. I think you could find space for this. The fact that it's just a 2,500 free drop search in the early game, definitely pretty good. All right, moving on. Back to Aaron.
All right. I think this profile is what, Hakuro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for the negative, you can't play events or backups, which doesn't really matter at level 0 anyway. You get a 3,500 beater, and then you also get the on reverse, send character to stock, which just turns off any like on death effect that your opponent has. Really good profile that you see in a lot of other sets that have them.
It was really good when Hololive was like even more everywhere, and like especially against stuff like Kanata where they really need their on death stuff to resolve. It's still an option. Like a nice to have. I think it's kind of niche, but these cards can be really good in the right set. Like it was really good in Slime for that like really short period of time, and then other sets came out and the set got banned, and then you had to play the more selective package, I think now. But I mean, if any set can leverage like a dumb utility level 0, even if they play one of it and like search it out of their deck with Kanata to like deny something and get a tri-field, it's like probably Hololive. They can just do whatever they want at any point.
This
Cool
is definitely
set.
a locals abuser card where I just take it and just tilt people.
Yeah, exactly. It's like definitely a read card. All right, Andy, you get the Kiara.
Hey. All right, Kikariki, my girl. Still at the beach.
They're all at the beach.
They're all
This is the same fucking beach as in the first.
Well, yeah, they're
1,
all
2,
going
3,
to the
4
same
card.
beach.
It's the same beach.
It's the beach
This is the
that's
They're
same
taking
beach
photos
skybox.
together.
Yeah.
This
You
is
have
the
to set
same
it.
skybox, and they put every character in it. Are you serious? Is
Yeah.
the whole set like? Is the whole set this beach?
Yes.
All the
Yes.
different colors.
And then
Oh
the
my
foils are the
God.
same
God.
thing, but it's
The-
at night.
The foils are I think the foils from this set look pretty rough.
That's pretty egregious. They thought
they're
they
pretty
could
bad.
they just put Hololive on it. They're like, we can get away with anything.
Yeah, they're right.
They're
They're
right.
all
they
bad
can.
case.
Holy shit! This is literally every single card's the same. Oh my goodness.
Somehow
Okay.
still
what's this
not as
card
bad
here?
as Ruby Preview Booster.
Oh, let me get back to the card. I don't know which one I'm on because they all look the same.
The Kiara.
Kiara.
All right. 1-0 backup. When you use the backup, you can clock a character from waiting room and accelerate on backup. That's pretty cool. If you do look at 4 cards from the top of your deck, take a Hololive character, and then choose a battling character. Gives it 1,000. Okay, so 1,000 on its own. If you do the accelerate effect, it gets up to 2,000. That is pretty interesting. I don't know if I've seen this before.
I
that
think
is-
we've had clock check for before. I think it was in. I think Rent a Girlfriend had this. I don't know. It never
This
saw
is
any
like
play
a good
because
stuff all arounder card. I kind of like it. Like you could use it kind of like a torch in a sense, just like get through your deck if it's a bunch of clean damage. You could just use it like a, yeah, whatever. There's more here at play.
if your deck is completely out after you trigger, I guess it'd be like really nice to have this. But are there any combos that see play that like salvage after attacks? I guess anything that salvages, like on attack salvage, you could like be like, oh, I triggered and I don't have a lot of climaxes. I'm gonna wait till I cancel on my last one and then fire this off and mill out my deck. Like, it's something.
Just seems like a good like all arounder, like very Jundy card in that sense. Like very like it's like a role player and just a good stuff card. Like use the backup and like it's a 2,000 backup if you clock for it. It pluses a card back to your hand, can possibly +2 if you like backup over something with it. But then again, like when you use a backup, you don't always need it to be 2,000. Like you just need to get over them. If it's like pretty close in power and 1,000's enough, you could just like use it as a backup and not do the clock effect.
I could.
I don't know. I
definitely see it as a
kind of dig it.
one-off.
It seems like a super sweet one of.
I think I'd struggle to find a place for this, but it's like
Yeah. It's a neat profile. I just don't think I'll play it in
Oh,
anything
whoops.
from what I can think of. Hololive
We had the same
wise.
score anyway, but
I can't unlearn it. It's
yeah.
this is great for me. I mean,
don't let me
might
put
be-
scores in your mouth, Aaron.
It might be okay in standby where you might just want the targets out, or like you're just that close off to hitting your level point. But yeah, otherwise I don't really see myself using.
Yeah, I think it's just it's a Hololive thing too. It's like you have better ways to deck speed. I mean, you can literally play Torch if you really needed to as well. So stuff like that.
Cool card though. Like for a set that has everything, like just give it
Just give it more everything.
even more. Yeah. Nice.
All right, we got Matsuri here. It is a global 5. On play, you can ditch a character to search the level 1 Matsuri combo that no one's ever played, and then you can tap it
For
to
now.
give that card 1,000 power and a soul. What is this
What's it
card
do,
doing?
Tanner?
That card is on attack, reveal top if it's
It's
the
Massachusetts.
event or a character at it.
What does it get when it acts? 500 times board? Okay, so it can get pretty
Yeah.
big. And this kicks the act. Okay. It's for your Matsuri, like, waifu deck. If you really love Matsuri, which, I mean, she's pretty funny.
So if you act it, like it's the Matsuri is like 45, right? If you
You
it
act
puts up to
on a full
5,000,
board.
acts up to 6,000, 85 with a full board, 95 with a climax, I guess.
It would act up to 7, climax to 8, global 5, 8, 5, and then one of them could be 9, 5 with 2 soul. If you
And then
like played them all, but like the idea with this is like you can search it, then you can act actually. So yeah. You can get that.
And you also can, like, if just thinking this, there is the I'm trying to remember if it's a Matsuri, if it's a or if it's a Subaru, the level 1 yellow that's like reveal top if it's level 1 stock. Is that Subaru?
No, that's a
That doesn't sound like Subaru.
that's a Mel.
Mel. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, when
So
you use
like
Yeah.
that's another thing that you could play to like help generate resources if you're really trying to fit this monster in. I do like the extra soul. Helps push damage.
I kind of
And-
like it. I like these deck okay, you're gonna see this throughout
in
all
this set,
these
it's-
cards.
Mhm.
All these cards are like deck bond or bond to your combo somehow. Like they printed a bunch of auxiliary level 1s for specific level 1 combos, which is lazy design space but very powerful effect.
No,
It's
the
a set called
is,
Summer Bonds or Summer Splat.
Summer
Summer
Splash.
Splash Party should be Summer Bond Party.
Yeah. I think it's
No,
pretty
the
good
set
if
is
you're
like a
playing
godsend.
Matsuri. If you're playing that combo, you absolutely play this probably.
For
Um,
all the waifu cup players, this is it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
more waifu cards. All right, Tanner, get the dog.
All right, we got the dog. On play gets 3k, so it goes to 6. And when this is played, if you have 2 or less memory, choose the level 0 Corone in your waiting room, send it to memory. This is the one that gives your
Gamers backup.
event backup, which is crazy. And then pay 1 on play when this opponent is during the turn it was played, pay 1 on reverse, reveal the top 2. Your opponent chooses a character event from it and adds it to your hand. Okay, so it's like this is just like the blue level 1 from ZLS, just a little smaller.
Yep.
I really like that. I like the gamers package. Oop, I threw my box. I like the gamers package a lot. I mean, I think this card helps so that you don't have to worry about actually getting the Corone into memory by it dying. So, big fan.
Only for gamers, but pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
Gamers
it's,
explicitly.
it's a shitty plus, but I don't think you actually care in that deck because that's
No.
that's a torch your entire deck every turn if you want deck, right? Because you just it gives your gamers torch. That was a joke. It's a bad joke.
No, I think it's at least a little bit better since it does combo with that specific Corone level 1 since it requires on reverse. So since the level 1 combo will just give it's assigned to any, you can just assign it on.
Oh yeah, you can
plus.
stack. You can stack on this card.
Yeah.
Corone waifu. More stuff. Do
Dog
love
good.
Corone
Warriors
combo.
are.
Dog a good card. All right, next. Back to
Alright.
Aaron.
Yep. So more of that level 1 support for all those. I guess at this point lesser played combos. So Watame on play, give a character 3k, and then start a climax. You can take the level 1 combo in your waiting room and just swap it out with this on the board.
I like that
Level
it-
1 Watame combo is pretty good, right? I
Yeah,
remember
it's cigarettes.
Brian
Just
played that a little
cigarettes.
bit.
Just cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
But
On
it swings
choice.
at 7.5 on choice. So
Mhm.
like the fact that this gives something else 3k then changes into a Watame from Grave means that like you can make a Watame like 10.5 at level 1, which is like relevant. You can kill a Kishibe
11-5
with
after
that.
combo.
Oh no, 10.5 with combo. It's 6.5
Oh,
then
yeah.
7.5, yeah. So
Oh, math is
10.5 with combo, you can kill a Kishibe on a full board and then lose the other lanes. But you know, whatever. Big power for nothing.
Maybe you run like a couple of this, 1 or 2, right?
It can buff itself too. So like if you do have to swing with it and you like don't have combo, it's not a dead card in your hand, which I also like. More just like generically good level 1 support for a generically good level 1 combo that was already
Yeah.
good. So another one. Andy, go ahead.
Right, this is Subaru. 2/1 level assist. When you trigger a climax with a choice, you can draw a ditch. Kind of nice to have with choice triggers. Probably means you'd want to run this in like, I mean, I guess you could run it in like 4 choice, but probably best in 8 choice. And then discard this level 1 Subaru combo and tap this. Choose a character in waiting room, draw, or add it to hand. What does the level 1 Subaru do, Tanner?
It's Obero with twin drive.
yeah,
Mega
it's
Man,
the
basically.
Megami.
Yep.
Okay, I don't really like it.
It's okay.
I
I mean, it'll be in your hand.
I actually like it because you can, at level 2, change out the card that will probably die to your opponent's board that they put out in response to your Oberos. You can turn that into a card that does something. But you have to pay one to get this down. The climax filter effect isn't that great. I don't know. I don't think it's a total stinker, but I don't think this one's nearly as good.
I mean, maybe just by Hololive standards, it doesn't hold up. Like on its own, it's probably a fine.
I think the
card.
Subaru Obero combo is really rough to be playing in Hololive unless you're just building Subaru waifu, like choice pants.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that you play the level 1 combo at level 1, and then this is a level 2, you don't really get the synergy with if you do get that twin drive and trigger a choice.
Yeah, it makes it better for looping, but then I don't know, it kind of wants to exchange out for another card. I don't know. Weird.
Little conflicted between what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
If you're playing Subaru, you play it. There's a lot of like just straight up, this is a waifu cards in here. All right, I got this 3/2 Iroha. It is an early play, 4 or more. It's a healer. Okay, like it already. And then on play, if you have another character, it gets 1500 power and hexproof for a turn. I think this is a. I printed this as like a custom card in the Beaufrey COVID set that I made. Like a card like this, it was just like, this is an early play that you could play whenever you want that can't get anti-changed. Which is really funny. It is just a 10k for a turn cycle healer, 4 or more. I mean, you're in yellow and this is all you want. Like an anti-changeable early play is like pretty fucking sweet, actually.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you have a plethora of early plays, this is probably one of the better ones that they have, just as like a generic, you need to heal early play.
Nice for HoloX too.
Nice utility.
HoloX trait card.
And you probably don't always need the hexproof either. So like, just throw this in your early play package. You could just run this as like a one of.
Just a nice bonus.
To like your other early plays.
Yeah.
Like outs tap counter. Like if you just need to swing, while also healing you, which is nice. There's some good synergy there. Outs stuff randomly by being hexproof. Solid card.
Not bad. I'd run it.
All right, Tanner.
All right. 3/2 Ame. 2 or less early play. During your turn, it gets another 2k, and then on play, ditch, heal to stock. I
early play.
don't know why this would be played over
Suisse.
the level or the set 1 Suisse, but
Yeah.
it's bigger, I guess.
Yeah, it's
I
bigger,
don't know.
but the Suisse is colorless for being 1,000 less power.
Yeah, I think it's the whole fact the Suisse is colorless, so you just literally throw that in any deck.
Yeah, that card.
The Suisse is how much less?
1,000 less.
power
1,000
less.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're in yellow, this is better than the Suisse then, but
It has Amelia on the card, which people care about. So.
That is a plus.
I care about it. But like, does that matter? Like gameplay wise?
No, there's
absolutely
nothing
not.
for name or
Nothing
myth.
for myth.
Yeah, the only trait that matters is Holux, right? And then I believe there's some stuff with 0 gen.
Yeah, 0 for the event, and then HoloX. I can't think of anything else specifically.
There's only like really like some niche stuff that does it.
Yeah, I mean it's just solid fucking early play. It's like I don't know, our mesmerizing water goddess profiles are now 11.5 instead of 11k. Although this is a 2 or less, so
Gen
you can
2.
play if you're in
That's
yellow.
what
You
matters.
get 2 heals for 3 stock. Insane. All right, we can move on to green. Back to Aaron.
All right. What is this? On play, discard 1. Oh, interesting. Okay, so on play, discard 1, and then you get salvage equal to how many of the level 3 finisher that you have in your waiting room. Level X equals to how many? And then on reverse, it's a clock bomb.
What's the finisher do?
It's Mocha.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, yeah.
Just Pay 1 Mocha 2.
Yeah,
I
it's just
think it
auto-attack
has some
pay
more
one.
support in this, maybe. I can't remember if this was the only support card for it.
I don't recall there being anything special with that combo that made it worth playing. Because I know in Gamers I just played like the mill package because it just did something.
These can add a lot of
there-
consistency. I mean, I played the Silica and Alice like quite a bit, like salvaged for Silica finishers. Engrave.
Yeah, I think it's set 2. There is a set 2 card that lets you salvage the level 3 on climax placement, but
Okay. Well, it
Seems
is
worse
also
than
just
like
a 500
normal.
power
It
bomb.
seems worse than a normal Rico to me.
yeah.
The upside
you
is
need,
you
like,
get
a very
to pair it
specific
with a
graveyard.
field effect. Like just adding a bunch of 500 power zone bombs to your deck is relevant in this day and age. I don't know. I don't think it's the worst, but I think it's a lot more niche because you have to play that Mocha to play this card.
Yeah.
don't think
I mean,
I've ever
unless you
seen
just
a
use
meter
it to
play
grab zeros explicitly. And
Yeah,
you just
it
want the
is
bomb.
just a card that gives you zeros. Plays
I
a
mean, I guess
bomb.
that's the point. You could just run it without the combo just to get the
When
switch from hand effect.
When you have a card like Rainy that's like
Yeah,
objectively
Rainy,
broken.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should have made some coffee for this. Maybe I'll make one on the break. Yeah, but with a card like Rainy, it's hard to say that you'll play this when, even if I had the option to play this card, I might play Rainy instead.
Give it a soul
would
trigger and
still
I'd
just play
consider
Rain.
it.
Yeah, give it a soul.
Give it a
trigger.
soul
give it a
trigger.
soul
No
trigger.
more,
It would be
no
zero
more
power.
soul triggers, dude. No more soul triggers.
This would be like negative 500 power.
Just make
if you
it
give a
one
soul
power.
trigger.
Just make it one power.
Oh, I'm
We're
down.
getting to that point, dude. 1 power cards that have everything else.
Give it
Alright.
a soul trigger, but it can't slide. It's perfect.
There
Yeah,
we go.
there you go.
Solved it.
Custom card math. All right, Andy, go ahead.
All right. Aki Rose. If you're level 3 or higher, this card gains the following ability. Send it to waiting room as an act. Choose a what should I choose Aki Rose in your hand. Put it on the stage. There's another combo. I don't know what it does.
Last shot.
Oh, it's last shot.
Ooh, okay. And then discard a climax
That's not bad,
on play
actually.
to choose a Hololive character, add it to hand.
Yeah,
Is it
you
off
can
bar?
ditch a
Yeah, it
climax
is
to
off
grab
bar.
it. Yeah.
I was
You
about
ditch a
to say.
bar, grab it, and then change it into it. It's pretty sick. And it also
That's got some nice utility too. Like throughout the game, you have like the discard a bar to get a card back, and then last shot's always
Yeah,
always
it's like
poppin'.
it's like a better utility card for the deck that plays Aki. I like this.
Yeah, you
I don't
get
know if
triple
I'd
last
ever
shot
play
for
just
6.
last shot, but
free change into a heal into a last shot seems pretty
Yeah.
good. You
yeah,
get
the
to use
fact that it
two
makes the
stock you
last
spend.
shot pay free, yeah,
Yeah.
that's pay.
Yeah,
It's pay
it's
2, ditch
pay 2,
2
drop
to get
1.
your last shot off and get a heal. Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
The fact that it's also a filter, I'll give it the plus. The filter's
That's
really
neat.
good.
Yeah.
Last shot, but whatever. You have stock swap. You can get people. All right, next. We got this Okayu. This is another climax ditch salvage, and then it also you can ditch the gamers event to salvage a character. What? This card's really
Gamer's
good.
event is torch, right?
It's a camera, but it gets torch if that
Corona
is
is in
in
It's
memory.
in memory.
Good.
I don't know. Like, how good is that? Like, why would you want to be discarding your camera? I mean, I guess it's like
when you
utility
don't
to
wanna
be able to
mill.
salvage, but
Yeah. It's the same reason as like the 2/1 Corona. You can like ditch it to do other effects as well. This lets you do it earlier instead of having to be at level 2 to like get utility out of them in hand without having to mill.
I don't know. It seems kind of unnecessary to me, unless you value that first like discard a climax effect.
I think you're usually running bar, right? Or well, Okayu
Choice
bar,
and bar.
Choice.
Yeah.
choice and bar.
They
I
have
don't know.
both
I like
at
this.
level
I like
0 or
I like
1
double
and
filters,
3.
and Okayu's really cute. I'll give it the plus.
Yeah, I like the double filter.
Mhm.
I just like Okayu. All right, next.
I'm excited
Tanner.
for this one. We have this level 0 Luna on play mill 2, and it gets power equal to the number of 4th gen events milled times 1,000.
Four characters.
And then or characters. Didn't good point. And then on play or on death, you can discard a card and salvage the level or spawn the level 1 rested in any slot, which is it's off of a stock soul, and it's really big, and it's on reverse salvage. I feel like there was something else on that card that I'm missing. Oh, it's stock a card or sack the climax to do the effect. So it like generates a ton of stock early to help get that 4th gen event live, which that event's really gross if it can resolve. Basically
Pay 4, ditch 3,
ditch
burn
4.
4, burn 4.
Yeah. Basically ditch 4 because you have to play it as well.
I like that it's just a card you shit out at 0 that, like, if you mill or have a card as damage, you just, like, have a Luna as damage, you just get to summon it for your level 1 turn. You don't even have to be level 1. This can change at level 0,
Yeah,
too.
you get this at 0, and the Luna's 5/5.
Oh shit! It does change to field, doesn't it?
And then Luna's 0 on field too. The only downside, again, it's with all Luna cards, they're susceptible to bombs, but
No one
Card's
runs
good.
level bombs.
Oh, Chainsaw Man plays 4.
What?
yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Oh yeah,
They're pretty big right
Mind.
now.
put him in.
trying
I
to
like
play
this for
ZLS
Luna.
into Zach makes me miserable.
Yeah, one of the only things keeping 8 Standby Hollow from being a lot stronger is just that Chainsaw Man just gets to bottom deck all your Lunas. I think.
Yeah. All right, next, back to Aaron.
Oh, cool. I think this is the first time we get to see Indonesia 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, Indonesia 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobo's
All
first
right.
card.
So Kobo on play, you get to drop salvage, and then she's also just a runner.
I love her hair.
I
It
love
really-
the art. Yeah, like
it
it
really,
blends in with the
this goes with
clouds
the
and the
background.
waves.
It
looks
really
nice,
looks
yeah.
good on this card, like specifically. It shows off the like what's that painting? Famous painting with the
The Japanese
waves?
one.
The waves, yeah. I can't remember the name. Bad weeb. What does this do?
It's a
Sorry.
drop
It's
salvage. It's a runner.
Oh, okay.
For free.
I was too busy looking at her hair. I was like, oh, that's a really good looking card. Yeah, I mean it's a utility runner. These are
Yeah, solid.
these are totally fine.
Seems fine.
You play it as a drop salvage, and then you get an extra blessing card, get an extra starter.
I think.
I think I would
The-
still run the Flare or the Choco
Yeah.
drop salvagers instead, but
Big fan of the Choco, so that's always my go-to. When
Can't
it
believe
comes
I'm only
to
giving this a B
drop
plus. This is like a banger.
it's because there's better ones, I think.
The flare
Hololive's
drop
just too
salvage.
good.
The flare
But
drop
the
salvage is like
and a
so
bouncer, the card's cracked.
is stupid. The flare is like a. I always want to throw the flare in if I have a slot.
Yeah.
Hololive.
But then if you're playing standby, then you play the Choco for the mill 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. That card mills 3. What a good card. Why does Hololive have so many good cards?
Yeah, that's why it's hard to rate this. even though
Oh
it's normally good.
god. I don't
Yeah.
wanna- Andy, go ahead.
Who likes Fauna?
All right, we got Fauna. If you have another step towards the future Ceres Fauna, this gets 4,000 power, so it'd be 6,500. And when you attack, you can pay 1 to Twin Drive. You have to have the. What does this other Fauna on the field do?
It's a level 0 like
It's
global
kinda
5
bad.
that sack a climax check for.
It's kind of bad.
It's
Brian
really
loves
bad.
this card.
Well,
Attack
he loves
any
Fauna.
climax?
He loves
Well,
Fauna. He
for
doesn't love
Fauna
the card.
enjoyers, it's like top 4 Fauna cards. But
Yeah, well, Fauna's so
There's only 4
scuffed,
pro-
dude. They need to give this girl a better card. All of
Well,
her,
it-
her card and premium booster was a banger, but that was like her only good card.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just the whole fact that there's similar profiles for like a level 0 combo on bar, like in Pro Succa, where instead of at the start of Encore, it's just on placement. You get the top 4. checks
Yeah,
at-
and it's also a spammable brainstorm
Yep.
Yeah,
instead of
so
being
this
a
file only
global
gives you
5
one
that sacks
instance.
bar.
yeah.
It's just not very good.
But I mean, for the
Not the
enjoyers, it might
worst
be a little
thing.
better.
Oh, it was like a deep.
Definitely better for
plus.
enjoyers, yeah.
I'm just
Man,
giving
I
to
love
Brian.
fauna.
Great. Top
I
4
can't
fauna
wait for
card.
that hat to come back out.
Man,
My group missed on that hat.
MILF
Very
hat?
sad.
Maybe she'll
Yes.
get it. Bro, Brian brings that hat to locals all the time. Whenever he plays
has the
fauna.
hat?
Yeah, whenever
Oh,
he
yeah.
plays fauna at locals, he brings.
I've never seen the hat. Holy shit.
Need to come to locals. All right, next. That was Andy. This is Fubuki. When this is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard the Fox of Possibility or a Shirakami Secret Base, the 2 bars that have Fubuki on them, and salvage one of the bars. So it is a free climax swap for Fubuki
Not bad.
Waifu.
Yeah.
That's really gross.
Yeah, no, they printed this, but for the quintuplet set.
C plus,
it's
but only
insane.
because it's only for these 2 combos, and I don't think I like the Fubuki level 1 in decks where you have to hit very specific things very fast. I don't like the Fubuki finisher. It's just worse.
I've died too many times to Brian with the Fubuki finisher in the fauna deck to not respect it.
Well, he switched. he switched to Toa because I was like, Brian,
Yeah.
you're playing 8 bars. Why do you need to check 3? And he's like, you're right. I'll just play Toa. All right, next.
I think it's good.
I mean, yeah, it's
Nice.
for when
Yeah,
you're
nice
playing
one.
this
Yeah,
deck. When you're
throwing
playing
in the
this
gamer's
deck,
deck,
you play
yeah.
it. Yes.
Yeah, like for I guess like for the gamers enjoyer, you put this in and you only just run the Fubuki combos maybe.
Yeah, so that you don't run Okayu in your event deck and you don't play Korone.
I don't run Okayu in the event deck because I'm a big Korone fan.
Korone's a really good card.
The card's so good.
Yeah. All right, next.
All right, level 1 4K Toa. When a bar is played, this gets 1,000 power and twin drive, or pay 1 twin drive, and then on attack, choose another character, gives it 15.
Wow.
So-
A better card for the fauna combo than the fauna we just looked at.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
really strong generic level 1.
I like that it gives power anywhere.
Yeah, that is better than the fauna.
I like Toa. I think it's still just like how do you find space for these cards in Hololive? But you have the
You
space,
play
you
a
put them
bar.
in. Yeah, you play a
So
bar.
enjoyer, my locals will definitely like this.
Yeah, Hagen card.
Mhm.
Hagen mentioned. All right, next card.
Oh,
Who
this card's
is-
the best. It's
who-
got that's Zeta.
That's
Nah, she's
Zeta.
so
Who
good.
is this? Who is
Bro, you
Zeta?
need to see her hit. All right, I got
I
a
mean, she's
TikTok for
cute,
you.
but I don't.
I have a
don't know.
TikTok for you of like her dancing, and
Okay.
that's all you need.
Okay.
ID Gen 3
what
so
does
good.
this do though? On play becomes 6K. On reverse, salvage discard.
Oh, it's Hambo.
It's required
okay.
to ditch even if you don't salvage.
They're all like that.
That's cringe.
All Hambos are like that.
Yeah, I don't like having to discard, but if that's just a profile, I guess.
Hambos are good.
I mean, Hambo was good because
I
it
believe
had
it.
other things to pump it up.
Well,
Herself,
Hambo sat
right?
6K. It had a memory condition for if you had the event that every.
I think that's part of what made it good, though, was that
Yeah.
Well, it also turned all of your
Back up over it.
non-selective. This turns all of your non-selective combos in Hololive into selection as an auxiliary card. Is how you use this.
Mhm.
So you play this alongside a combo that just generically pluses something like Okayu in the same color, or like something like Watame in dual color, right? That just adds a card, and then
Yeah,
you
but this
use
doesn't
this.
plus itself.
Well, no, it turns your plus from another lane into selection.
I'd rather just try field and have 3 pluses.
Well, you can also
Yeah,
play it in
it's kinda
bar.
stinky.
It's you guys. You guys are too rough. This card's good.
This card gets a better score because it has Zeta on it.
No, dude,
Otherwise-
Hambos are
I don't
really
believe.
good. Hambos are really good in specific decks. I played a lot around with these. I might be too biased. I really like these.
What
but...
year were these Hambos good in?
Huh?
What year were Hambos good?
Don't come.
When
dude,
did
I'll-
Adventure Time
I
come
will.
out?
I will hit the lab. I will brew a deck that plays this card. All right. I like Zeta now. I've never seen her stream.
He's watching that. He watched the
Yeah,
TikTok.
Oh,
He
you
loves her.
pulled? Yeah.
All right. Next card.
Oh god.
Andy. Oh no, it's her. That's a bad model.
This gets a minus because of the art.
I love Iris. I love.
I
I have
new
nothing
model.
wrong with Iris. I just
I think
don't like
she's
her
was
old
really
model.
cool. Just
It
not
was
the
pre-scuffed
original
face.
model.
You see that art to the left? We really like that art. We
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, they could have just kept the good one. I don't know why they went back.
I like all Irises. You guys are all haters.
Well, it's your
I'm an
card. You
Iris
get to read it.
enjoyer.
Be careful of who you make fun of in high school, you know. But
Okay, if you have another back row moments of relaxation iris, this gets a 1500 and discard encore. And when you attack, if you have 2 or more other Hololive characters, look at 2 cards from top of your deck, choose a card among them, put it back on top, send the rest to waiting room. This gets 2000 power. Seems like a standby target. Maybe, I don't know. What's the back row iris do?
It's
That's
a
a
brainstormer
brainstorm.
that gives
Salvage.
power when you hit a trigger. It's a salvage, I think.
It's standby deck.
Maybe in like a standby deck with her as the brainstorm, but I feel like standby you'd run the cracked polka brainstorm, right? Or wait, no, that's not a brainstorm. That's a pop
It's
back.
a
The
pop
bounce
back.
back check.
Well, again, it's a double issue for standby because the best combos
Yeah.
and things you play in standby, you want both of your back row slots to slam a Ozki in one lane, slam the polka in the other, so you never have a slot to have a brainstorm just chill. In fact, like most 8 standby Hololive decks were playing the Hato brainstorm because it was also a backup.
Yeah.
Just to put a single brainstorm in the deck if they wanted it. So it's like the way 8 standby Hololive is playing, it doesn't want to play a brainstorm that's static.
Even if you did, I think usually they played the Muna because whatever target you search with the Ozki,
Oh,
you could just immediately
Muna's so
ditch with the Muna.
cracked. What a
Yeah.
dumbass fucking card. That brainstorm's so insane. It's like every time you slam a climax Rico. Yeah, I don't think you got space for this one. I don't think it's a bad card.
I think the card itself is
Uh,
fine. Just I don't know where it fits.
One thing I did notice that they changed her trait from what it was before. Now it's promise instead of hope. I
Oh,
don't
did they
think that
change
matters
all?
for
Does that matter?
council to
Probably
promise?
not.
I don't think they're trait locked though, but it's a neat flavor.
Yeah, it
I
says
don't think
Ian
you're right.
Hollow Ian Project Hope on the other card.
Yeah, do we have any council cards that they did that
We had
to?
Fauna earlier, right? She's
Yeah,
promise.
Fauna.
Okay,
she
so they did
promise?
update that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Promise, okay. All right, next. 2/1 Sora. It is a dry counter.
Wowzers.
I'm so
That's
sad.
fuck that. You don't need that card.
As
You
It's
do?
like it's like
What?
a Leafa that doesn't filter your hand. What a shit
No,
card.
I pay
Free,
one.
though.
I look
Oh,
at
wait,
the
I
top.
believe it's
I
free.
look at my card and I say, "Is that a bar?" No. Throw it in the trash so I can draw my bar to loop Sora again next turn.
Yeah, but you play the 1/1 Mel instead, and like then you get the
When
plus
you
one
have
instead.
Suisse anti-change and tap, and this is
And memory
the third counter you pick? No.
Yeah.
Miss
And Gen
me.
0 event.
Miss me.
Yeah.
Miss me with that.
Yeah, it is.
Miss me with that.
Totally. That's why I'm giving it such a high score.
All right, next. Tanner. I don't know who this is.
All right, Kayla.
She's another
This is the
Indonesian
other
one, I
over
think.
of
On-
She looks
ID3.
cool. I like
Josh
her.
is going to be disappointed in you for that one. He'll
I'm
give you some
sorry.
good. 3/2, 10,000 power. On play, check X, and on attack, pay 1, ditch 2, burn 1, and look at your opponent's. Oh, and then put a card from your opponent's waiting room back to the top of the deck.
No, this isn't bad at all.
That's
This
a
is a
pretty good
Psychono
off
card.
finisher.
I played this in Psychono. Dine.
Yeah.
In the
It's a good thing
banned
to spawn
deck.
off Rushia.
Not bad. Yeah.
I want it in green.
Yeah, I mean, this is another card for the Rushia toolbox. A card that has a meaningful effect when summoned.
Yeah, it's better than the Kali that I was playing because you had to hard play that from hand. This is just
Oh
I
yeah,
can
the
just
Musashi
spawn
only
this.
gets it from
Yeah.
hand, right? Yeah.
So this gives you just a better utility off finisher to put in.
Better for that. Even
You
if
don't
it's
struggle
a
with
card
hand
you
in
don't
that
play.
deck. Kayla,
Who's this?
I don't know how you
Kayla.
properly pronounce
Kayla?
I
it,
don't
but
know if it's Kayla or it should be
Kyla?
Kayla. Kyla or Kayla.
All right.
My ID3 knowledge stopped with the other two.
yep.
I only knew Koba.
She streams a lot with Bijo. That's the
Oh,
most I
okay.
know of
Yeah.
her.
I like Bijo.
She's a Apex gamer.
Mhm.
All right, and then whose card is this? This is back to Aaron.
Back to Aaron.
The
Yeah.
bag. I guess speaking of off finishers, we got another. On play heal, and then on attack, pay 2, drop 2, burn 2. It's fine.
Man, I wish this was the
It's fine.
Ruby. I wish this was Vital Ruby.
It's Ruby.
It's Zootopia.
Vital Ruby is same second effect,
Oh,
but
God, it is
on play
Zootopia.
salvage.
I played it as a 2 of in Pixar.
I also
as an
played 2 of them.
It's a completely fine card.
It's fine. It's
If you need it, you need it. It's
I
never
like
bad.
it, but the reason I like the Ruby so much is because it like lets you toolbox out your end game while being like a totally reasonable card. To like,
I think I'd still rather play the Kalo over this, but
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
I'd rather have the check
X
X2 to help dig for things.
All right,
Guess it depends on the deck, but
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna cut it here. We will see you all tomorrow in red, blue, and probably the TD too.